And joining us right now on Jones and Mego with Arkan here on WEEI for the first time, Patriots quarterback Drake Maye. Drake, how we doing? Welcome to New England.
Hey, Drake.
What's going on, Adam? What's going on, man? Y'all doing all right? Thanks for having me on. Just got back home a couple days ago over the weekend for my visit up there in Foxborough. Had a good time up there and just glad to get going here in a few weeks.
Okay, so maybe you just answered what I was about to ask, but I wanted to know if you were already back in North Carolina or if you were going to maybe be here to take in like a playoff game in Boston. You were drafted Thursday. You were at Gillette on Friday. You're now back home. What have the last few days been like for you, that whole experience?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I think, that draft night is something I always remember. And then getting there to Foxborough, getting to meet the coaches in the front office and see everybody around the organization was sweet. Something that was awesome. To have my brothers and my girlfriend tag along as well. They were nice to do that. So, maybe stay tuned for something to come up there. And obviously, you got the Bruins in the playoffs and the Celtics. So stay tuned for possibly something. But, back home now and just getting ready for community camp, getting ready for off-season program. So got to get ready to play some football now.
Welcome to New England, Drake. I'm wondering, now that you've walked around Gillette Stadium, it seems like a couple of times, there's a little video that came out of you seeing your new locker in the locker room. What about the facilities and Gillette Stadium itself jumped out to you in your first couple visits?
I think just Gillette Stadium, seeing it for the first time, obviously with your name up there on the billboard, that new billboard Mr. Kraft was talking about, he says one of the biggest, in the whole world, I think he mentioned, of outdoor stadiums. That's pretty sweet. Just seeing that and seeing all the upgrades they did to the stadium. And not only, I think the best thing about kind of Gillette is, how close the facility is. It's really Mr. Kraft talked about, it's owned by him. So having the facility with the stadium right next door, kind of everything you need in one spot is awesome. I think it's great for players and great for me to get some work, extra work and be there for practice and for games. It's all right there. It's kind of one of the coolest things.
All right, Drake, I know we're a long way off from knowing the answer to this maybe, but do you want to start day one? And have you had any conversations about what your track is going to be towards doing that in minicamp or beyond that?
I think that's obviously the goal, for myself and any rookie quarterback coming into the NFL, but also, I think it's, great opportunity for getting there and learn from Jacoby, learn from the older guys, the other vets around there, and just put my best foot forward. I think, for me, just want to earn the respect of the guys and get to know them first. But obviously all the stuff on the field will come after that. So looking forward to help the Patriots anyway. Obviously, it's the goal, but ready for anything that happens. And I think one of the best things about being a 21-year-old coming in there is get ready to learn and to soak it all in. And if I'm the best guy, I think Coach Mayo's kind of said that. He said that publicly. If the best guy's going to play, so if it happens to me, I'm ready to go. When it's not, I'm going to prepare like it and compete and learn and as much as I can from the other guys to get ready to do that.
You mentioned getting to know your teammates. Have you made any plans to start throwing with any of your wide receivers or tight ends, anything like that?
Yeah, just talking with Jalen and Javon, and I was just FaceTiming Jaheim. So I've gotten a bunch of guys. I've got to know them. Texted them all, reached out. So I think the biggest thing is get going for rookie minicamp. Sure, we got to get going. I think one of the best things about it, kind of bringing us in before, is kind of getting us all together and creating relationships and getting to know each other before we all kind of get mingled in with the whole squad. So definitely looking forward to meeting those guys and other great players. So definitely looking forward to throwing with them and seeing what it's like.
So you mentioned getting relationships with some of these players. You had a prior relationship with Javon Baker, right?
Yeah. So he was committed to Alabama. When I was committed there, he was a year ahead of me, but obviously, saw him at some of the camps. Got to know him, played him in 7-on-7 in high school football. So he was a bigger time recruit from Atlanta. So got to know Javon pretty well.
So why did you initially commit to Alabama, and why did you end up decommitting and committing to North Carolina?
Yeah, so Coach Saban, sitting in his office when I was a sophomore in high school, anytime that he says, Drake, you're our guy, we want you to be our guy. It's pretty hard to turn that down. And at that time, North Carolina was kind of in the rough years, kind of latter years of 2017, 2018 was some rough years for North Carolina football. So really, Alabama was hard to turn down that. But once Coach Brown came back, and I saw one of my good friends, Sam Howell, go there his freshman year and light it up, I really just didn't want to miss out on that. I think Alabama would have. I think either way could have probably turned out well, but also Bryce at the same time. So I think I ended up making the right decision of going to North Carolina, and both my parents went there and had brothers go there. So it's the kind of whole family lineage is hard to pass that up.
Drake, you spoke about Jacoby Brissett just a couple minutes ago. Joe Milton also anticipated to be part of your quarterback room. As a rookie coming in, how do you see yourself fitting into that room? And I guess, a rising tide lifts all boats, but how do you feel like you would like the dynamic in that quarterback room to be with somebody in your own class and then a vet like Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, I think just me on Jacoby. I think me and Joe come in there ready to compete. Got to know Joe well through some of the Manning camp and at the combine. So Joe's the man. I'm a big fan of Joe, and looking forward to just competing with each other. I think the biggest thing, make a competitive room and energy, high energy. I think we all bring that kind of big personalities, all three of us. So ready to kind of showcase that, see how the room shapes out, and just have fun in there. The best thing about quarterbacks is we keep it light, and once we're on the field, man, we're competitors. So that's kind of, I think we all three of us can share.
Drake, I was wondering, since the Patriots drafted so many offensive players, and since you're going to be, we think anyway, a big part of the offense, after you were drafted for the day 2 and day 3 guys, did anybody talk to you about any of the picks that were coming up or sort of get your perspective on some of these guys since maybe you played against them?
Yeah, they were kind of keying me in on they were thinking before they selected them. So I think as a rookie quarterback, you don't expect to have much say. So I think obviously all the players selected. We said we laid in and QK, and I think all those guys watching their film, check out their tape. After you draft them, you always want to go check out their tape. Just great picks. I reached out to both of them, so just try to reach out to everybody and obviously play against my brothers from South Carolina. So. I got to know a lot of these guys, like you said. So, they get paid a lot of money, and they know as GM and long time doing this stuff. I think way in my opinion wouldn't mean much. So, I think just trusting them and ready to get to work with anybody.
Talking to Drake Maye, Patriots quarterback, joining us here on Jones and Mego with Arcan on WEEI. You're good friends with former teammate Sam Howell. You just mentioned his name. I also read you're family friends with Mason Rudolph. Is that right?
Yeah. So his dad and my dad roomed in college together and played football in North Carolina together.
So what have they told you specifically about making that transition to the next level?
Yeah, I think Mason and Sam. The biggest thing is just be myself. They've been great with that, and just come in there and it's just the beginning mindset. You got a lot of work to do, and it doesn't come easy. It's a tough league. It's tough to have success in this league. So just put the work in, and like I said, just be myself and learn from the older guys. They've been great. 2 guys, 2 quarterbacks that shared the same position from the same area I grew up in. So a lot of contact with them, and a lot of questions I could ask them, and a lot of advice that they've given me on just being myself. Go in there and be ready, to learn and grow, and just come in there and at the end of the day, find time away from football, where it's people to hang out with, your inner circle, or just external activities that get your mind off it, because there's so much. There's so much time and how long the season is of getting your mind off of it and enjoying something outside of football to get your mind away from it.
Drake, it sounded earlier like you hinted that you might be coming back here for a playoff game. Both teams in the playoffs here in New England right now. Are you more of a hockey guy or a basketball guy when it comes to being a fan?
I'm a big basketball
Nice.
big basketball fan, but I've kind of gotten I went to these going to college in Chapel Hill. Raleigh's right down the road, so. Kind of the Hurricanes, I kind of got to see some of their games, and hockey's a great sport. So I kind of gotten been a huge basketball fan, but hockey's kind of growing on my list. So I think it'd be great to get a chance out to either Bruins game or a Celtics. So I
maybe courtside. Somebody who has courtside seats.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I think sitting courtside that's is one of the best things. So I hope that I'd find a way. We'll see, but. I like to compare myself as off-brand Jason Tatum in my basketball comparisons. So
nice.
Getting to meet him and some of the guys will be pretty sweet.
Well, hopefully you hit more shots at the end of games. I was watching an old feature of you on College Game Day, and this includes your brothers in there. You mentioned Big Hoops family, your brother Luke playing professionally in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. But I watched this feature, and your mother in the Game Day feature said that the competition between the brothers is a good thing, but that it can quote-unquote get out of hand. Do you have any examples of it getting out of hand with the Maye Brothers in your youth?
Yeah, I got an example. My brother Bo, it was during football season in high school. He was a senior, I was a junior, and we were playing 2-on-2 basketball in the driveway one weekend, probably after one of my games on a Friday night, and we were playing basketball, and Bo, he got knocked down, to say the least, by my oldest brother Luke, and ended up breaking both his elbows at the same time. But only had to wear a cast, only had to wear a sling on one of them. So he was a senior, senior in high school, and had to navigate that. So I think after that, was kind of the last straw of physicality things. From there, now we keep it in pickleball and golf. But my brother Bo took a bad fall, and I just thank the Lord it wasn't me during football season.
Okay, so no broken bone. You didn't have any broken bones from the brothers growing up.
Yeah, I've been fortunate. Knock on wood, I've been fortunate not to have any injuries yet. But I'm sure if we did something, it'd come because none of us want to lose.
Okay. Well, Drake Maye, we're very excited to talk to you here all football season on WEEI. I'll tell you, my mother-in-law is also very excited. She's very excited about this specific interview. They live in Belmont, so they live in the Charlotte area. So I know that you're a big story down there right now after being a very high draft pick. So she's very excited as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Belmont's right down the road, probably about 45 minutes from my hometown. So I know the Charlotte area has been great, and great supporters of me. So just happy to be from a hometown that's loves sports.
Okay, maybe we're hanging out this summer. All right, Drake Maye, I appreciate the time. Thanks so much.
Thank y'all. Go Pats. Thank y'all for having me on.
Thank you, Drake.
Drake Maye, as all our guests, joins us here on WEEI.